And there we go.
We might actually be getting good at this.
Oh, really?
Greetings, Greetings, America. Welcome back to the game room.
Oh, yeah. This is what they clamored for.
Why are you still here?
Why am I fucking here?
Why is...
They made it to season... They made it to season 2 of Boku no Pico Academia.
Go fuck yourself, Will. Oh my god. Welcome to the glorious year of 2022.
Yes. Oh,
everything's still on fire.
There are many things we could discuss with you today. We can discuss the fact that there's a company that apparently grows salami meat based off of your favorite celebrities so that you can eat it.
Which is cannibalism.
Yeah.
Yes, which is man-made horrors beyond our comprehension, but we're not going to talk about that today.
We could talk about how the Italian Senate decided to watch a hentai of Tifa Lockhart during a session, but we're not going to talk about that today. We can also talk about how there's apparently now a mommy milker big anime titty non-fungible token available for purchase through an app on the Google Play and Apple stores, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
We could talk about Will's hentai obsession, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, Tina, so just so you know, that thing with the Italian Senate is a thing that actually fucking happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, and Will is doing nothing but talking about hentai.
Yes.
So, but
what did you expect from me?
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's my New Year's resolution.
America, we're going to talk to you about big business. You want to know why?
Because we are going to teach you how to make passive income sitting from your couch right now. Hello, America. We are your financial gurus.
Yeah, because we're totally doing that.
Yeah, no. So, our story begins with an embroiled video game publisher named Activision Blizzard. You may remember them from our times previously on this podcast, wherein they had done so much of the sexual harassment that they were getting sued by the state of California for literally creating a nightmarishly unsafe work environment. And as the treadmill kept rolling and more stories of horror came out, including but not limiting to coworkers stealing the breast milk of nursing mothers out of the fridge. Oh yeah, no, it went places.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yep, Tino, that's a reaction. You're going to want some more. You're going to want
the bottle at this
Tino,
point.
You're going to want to wait until after I tell you what happened. Yesterday, some news rolled in the morning because in Blizzard's distressed state, Activision Blizzard's distressed state, who swoops in and decides to make what is possibly the largest company purchase in the history of the United States, other than Microsoft, spending $68.7 billion to acquire Activision Blizzard in its entirety.
Really, they were just acquiring Call of Duty, but sure.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think Blizzard's going to be a company, or at least part of that company, after all this is done?
There's a
Blizzard's gonna melt.
There is a point I saw someone make in the various discussions around this, which is, and I credit this to @Mr. Feels Wild Ride on Twitter. It is so fucking massive in regard to the acquisition that it just makes no sense unless they intend to start a media company than trying to leverage their IPs in other mediums. So look forward to that shit happening soon.
It's going to be Diablo NFTs and stuff, you know? We got Bale, we got...
Yeah. So here's
Call of Duty Overwatch Edition.
The last time I cared about anything Blizzard was doing was 2015 when they finally released the Protoss campaign for StarCraft 2.
Wow.
Yeah,
you were really waiting with bated breath on that one.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat.
No, I'm just saying that's the last time I cared. I didn't say that was all I cared about.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. So the main effects of this, as far as gamers are concerned, is that a whole bunch of shit's about to come to Xbox Game Pass. But I want to scroll back a bit and talk about that fucking number. That $70 billion. That is more than...
That's an obscene amount of money.
That is more than Disney spent to buy that chunk of Fox. That's more than AT&T spent to purchase Time Warner. That is more than Microsoft themselves spent to acquire Bethesda. They spent $3 billion to acquire Bethesda.
Well, they acquired their parent company, which was
ZeniMax.
Yeah, ZeniMax. Yeah.
I mean, look, if I had to choose between acquiring Blizzard and acquiring Bethesda, I would choose acquiring Bethesda and just leave Blizzard the heck alone.
So, Tino, that's the problem, though. They chose both.
Yeah, I know, but that's because they're made of money.
Yeah, and so this is an interesting thing, because, Microsoft now owns Call of Duty, which is one of the biggest gaming franchises in existence. Like, the most recent Call of Duty performed poorly, and that was still the best-selling game of 2021.
Well, I mean, that wasn't really a hard hurdle to go over.
True.
Yeah.
This also leaves Microsoft's most direct competitor, Sony, in some interesting straits. Because while Microsoft has made it clear they will honor prior agreements between the publishers, like ZeniMax, i.e. Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard, they may not need to honor any future deals. Meaning that at some point, COD will become an Xbox exclusive franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Call of Duty was cross-platform, right?
It was
was
the big cross-platform one. It was like the third-party game of third parties. And this is interesting new territory, because now there's a lot less third parties for Sony to rely on, and Nintendo's just going to sit off on its side going, same shit, different day.
Well, I just hope that Warzone will finally get some support, because they've been there's been no updates for months, and the hacker scene has been getting absolutely ridiculous online.
So we'll see if that actually means anything, because there's many ways that this could go about. Full disclosure, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty. That's not my kind of shooter. I'm a Half-Life shooter type guy. But in terms of some of the biggest franchises in existence being out of reach of one of the largest video game console makers, that's the entire landscape of the gaming industry changed in one morning.
Yeah, it seems to me like this is almost like dropping a nuke in the console wars. It seems like that's what Microsoft was trying to do.
They have. What gets there's also the interesting question of, what was that article you posted, Will, about Sony taking an instant $20 billion hit to their value?
Oh. Yeah, basically due to the acquisition of Blizzard by
Well, okay, so let's be clear, Activision Blizzard, because it's the full publisher.
I think everyone knows what I mean.
I know
I'm not going to say the full goddamn title here. Let's be honest. This is ridiculous.
So the reason I say to say the full title is because just saying Blizzard doesn't encompass the scale of this shit.
I don't care.
I think Activision is really what matters here. Just because I think that Blizzard is going to not crumble upon itself, but I don't know if we're really going to get any new titles from that side of.
Yeah,
it depends.
Yeah, they just took Actiblizzard. It's just Actiblizzard.
I think it depends if they can find a way to I'm sure Microsoft is happy to now have that World of Warcraft money, even though it's almost 20 years too late to really profit off of it.
Final Fantasy 14 took all their subscribers, at least for the main game.
So there's the hopeful version of what's going to happen and the not so hopeful version of what's going to happen, and that covers multiple dimensions. But Will, you were saying about the valuation loss?
Yeah, so just the word that Microsoft paid out almost $70 billion in cash, by the way. This is a cash purchase.
No, the deal's still going through.
It's not going to be finalized till next year, I think.
Doesn't matter. It's still a cash purchase, which is insane.
Yeah,
the fact
it's not
that
insane for Microsoft, though. Microsoft is arguably one of the biggest companies in the world. I mean, to be
Accurate,
quite
but
honest.
look at how, when you're talking about like when you're paying for something in cash. Like imagine if someone told you like, "Oh yeah, I just bought a new house." Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, the house cost me like $500,000. I paid cash for it. Like that would be an insane amount of money.
This is a liquid. Will's right. This is a liquid purchase. This is insane.
Yeah, they had money under the mattress. I mean, that's mostly the deal.
Pretty
that
much.
was a really
And
big
the
mattress.
The fact that this is now
It's
a
just
thing.
stuffed in the mattress.
This is the largest media acquisition possibly in the history of the United States.
I mean,
Well, how much did Marvel get sold for?
Oh yeah.
Marvel got sold for like
That was-
pennies on the.
That was like what, $9 billion or something?
Yeah.
It's only $9 billion.
Yeah. No, you
Well,
got
this was back in 2009, before the MCU had been. Oh,
$4
okay.
billion?
Before the
$4 billion.
MCU had been built up.
But
Yeah.
when the MCU was gaining promise, just after Iron Man had come out, like Disney saw the promise and went for it. The more accurate comparison is that chunk of Fox that Disney took.
Yeah,
Wait,
because,
how much was Fox? You said it earlier. Fox was like $8 billion.
Wasn't that much.
It's 71.3 billion.
For Fox?
For Fox.
Yeah.
Okay, then I was wrong. It was not more than that. It was
but
close to that.
But you
I mean,
also
Fox is absolutely huge, though.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they basically ate up an entire half of another conglomerate.
Oh wait,
Yeah, it's-
no, this is most of Murdoch's stuff. So I don't know how much just Fox was. Shit.
Oh, sorry, 71 billion for the total value. Never mind. Let me know. It's Disney Fox acquisition. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. That was on me. I'm an ass.
That's okay.
on this episode of Monopoly.
Oh God.
None of you can stay at my hotels. Nobody can stay.
I got
Fuck
dibs
you.
on being the iron.
No. Actually, no. I just want to be the thing.
We're just armchair economists at this point.
We introduced ourselves as financial advisors at the beginning, so
Yeah, we
kind of fucked ourselves.
Oh yeah, no, you were right. 71.3 billion.
Oh, that.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me, though.
Yeah, no, that does, because that's like all of those franchises and all of those properties and IPs.
Oh, Disney will pay $52.4 billion for Fox, so the rest of it was the rest of Murdoch's stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. But at the same time, Activision Blizzard also makes sense. I mean, you're talking about Call of Duty, the money maker of
Call of
the
Duty,
video game
all
industry.
of Call of Duty, all of Blizzard's historical IPs. Remember, all this shit's going to show up on Game Pass.
Yeah,
like-
but I mean, for the games that actually are console
Yeah.
ready, you know.
I mean, so maybe it's just the fact that aside from StarCraft, I never really played any of Activision Blizzard's stuff. I'm just surprised that they consider like that they're obviously if they purchased it for $70 billion, they're expecting to make more than that from the purchase, right?
Or, I mean, they'll make it from Call of Duty alone. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't
I
need.
guess.
They don't need Diablo. They don't need Overwatch. You know.
Would
Yeah.
would you
needs
describe
Overwatch.
would you describe Call of Duty as like the FPS for casual gamers who don't really play a whole lot?
No,
else?
it's the FPS. Well, yes, and it's the FPS for a whole bunch of competitive people who used to play their tournaments on PlayStations.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes and no. It's there is a certain competitive level to like the Call of Duty scene anymore, and I'm not trying to like justify that game because it got really I used to buy Call of Duty every year. And this is like from like I want to say 2006 or 7 to like when Modern Warfare 3 came out, so I'm really dating myself. But I used to get it, but I would mostly play like the story mode, and then I'd be done with it. And I'd usually wait till it was down to like $20 a copy of the game.
Yeah, basically
So,
became the Madden of shooters.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Call of Duty was what was it? They were hold on. They swapped developers a lot. Like it was Treyarch and Infinity Ward, and I think Treyarch I think is the better developer. Just because they made the Black Ops series, and Black Ops is great. I mean, the story is fantastic. every time that I played it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I have Black Ops 2. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I was introduced to Call of Duty as basically, at the time, it seemed to me like a less interesting alternative to Battlefield 1942. And I was like, well, how much can I mod it?
The scale is smaller, I would say.
Right.
Like Battlefield is like a very large map with, lots of squadrons and stuff, but
yeah, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Battlefield as well. It's just a different kind of game.
Yeah, but like for that reason, I never really got into Call of Duty. Actually, very very quick funny story. When I was still playing Battlefield 1942, so I'm really dating myself here. I had downloaded some of the developers kits, and I made like a full-size half-completed replica of Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings inside Battlefield
so cool.
1942. Like, you could launch planes off the top, and there were just a bunch of, putsy little German tanks down at the bottom. Like, thing is, nobody else had the map, so it was just me running around inside an empty city by myself. But I was like, I was
like a good time.
I was a little too proud of it, but it was like, yay, World War II, Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
by myself.
Yeah, I mean, that was the analogy is kind of, I think Tolkien was going for, but still.
Wow.
What's interesting to me is that...
Wait, World War demonetization, guys. We have to censor any reference where we say the number.
Anytime I come on a fucking
World
podcast.
War 7, the search for more money.
God. So, falling back on topic here for a bit, what gets to me about this is I think about what Sony can do now. And what they can do now is kind of hilarious, because there's a whole bunch of famous Japanese developers that they could pull the same shit on, but they won't. And Microsoft never would.
I think what Sony is going to do, and they've been kind of doing this for a little bit now, is jump on the whole Game Pass bandwagon, where you can get a game for Xbox and also play it on PC. Like, Sony's been really pushing hard for those PC ports and making all the weebs happy,
That's, Bloodborne on PC is coming soon. I imagine.
The thing that I've noticed, though, is that, like, Sony is kind of... They've been backed into a corner in quite an interesting way. I've noticed that, like, you have... Basically, and I hate to even bring up this comic, because it is, it's Control-Alt-Delete.
Yeah.
But the one thing that the one part of his comic that I will look up every now and again is when he does his series called Console Wars, because he actually... What he does is he draws a comic as though, like, the consoles themselves are soldiers fighting in a war. And he comments on, like, moves that are being made. And one of his, like, more recent console war comics was about how, what the hell was it? It was how, like the PS5, like, their general was like, we have this war won. And then one of his advisors bursts in all panicked because it's like, hey, there's a problem because Microsoft just acquired, like, all of the fucking, like, all of Bethesda Island, and we can't get any of their things anymore. And they were starting to panic, like, we have a real fight on our hands now. And I just, it's interesting to think that, like, that's kind of where this all, in a way started, because now you have like this crazy monopoly that Microsoft has managed to build up. And it's not just like Bethesda, where it's like, here's the thing. I get the sense that, like, Microsoft is almost aligning all of the games that they've acquired to all these companies so that they can eventually be like, it's the Xbox PC. Now you could just customize the, it's the Xbox with, like, a video card in it. And now you got to upgrade your Ryzen processor in it, guys. You don't have to buy a new console anymore. You just upgrade the specs of this one. And it's just they're just going to be selling gaming computers.
I think you're a little. I think they want to get out of the hardware business entirely and just have the equivalent of Netflix. Games Netflix.
I mean, possibly. I think that. Well, we all know that consoles are computers now, right?
Right.
I mean, that's a fair statement. They use Intel processors.
I mean,
or Ryzen
technically they've always been computers, but yeah.
Well, like more standard PC functionality, like with the OSs they use and stuff, as Steve was mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that they're mostly Linux boxes at this point.
Oh, yeah, Linux.
Yeah, but I think Xbox might use some alter version of Windows. I don't really know, but.
Well, wasn't Xbox running off basically like a Win 10 equivalent or a Win 7 equivalent back in the day, or?
I'm not really sure. I really fell off the whole Xbox thing a good while ago, just because it just didn't really make sense to me. And in my opinion, I think exclusives at this point are kind of dumb.
That is actually a point I want to bring up, which is a hilarious possibility where Xbox decides they can be the most petty bitches in the entire universe and decide, nah, the most we'll do for exclusives is timed exclusives. We'll still release games on the PlayStation. And so you boot up your PlayStation 4 to play Call of Duty. And you know how the company logos come up before the game starts? Mm-hmm. Well, you start up your PlayStation 5, you start up the game, and the first logo you see is a fucking Xbox logo.
Yep. Presented by Sony's Papa.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, as people, a lot of people keep pointing out, like, Call of Duty makes too much money to pull it off to make it exclusive. Like, it's like the thing is, they said the same thing about Bethesda, and then it was announced that Starfield and like Elder Scrolls 6 were going to be Xbox exclusives. And I think the thing that gets me is that this is half of the freaking games industry, of the Western gaming industry that has just been acquired by Microsoft.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, like, we have EA left.
Yeah.
Oh God,
EA and Take-Two as the big Western publishers.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think Take-Two / Rockstar will ever give. I don't know.
Oh,
I feel
hold
like
that as long as they can.
I feel like EA, is just sitting there like, oh, I wonder who's gonna make a bid to acquire us first. And Sony's like looking at Microsoft saying like, yeah, you can have them. And Microsoft's like, no, we've taken.
No, Sony
Blizzard,
has the money. Honestly,
yeah, Sony does not have the funds to match.
No, but they're
would
both
have to dip into other sectors.
But they're both looking at like EA, and they're both saying, "No, you can have that one. No, that's okay. How about you take that one?
Like,
no, I took
EA.
Bethesda. Yeah, I took Bethesda and Activision. You could have EA. No, that wouldn't be fair if we took EA. You can have them.
There is a dimension that we should discuss about this, which is the most hilarious part to me. The reason Microsoft famously, when the issues with Activision Blizzard started, Phil Spencer came up and said, "We here at Microsoft are going to reevaluate our relationship with Activision Blizzard."
Yep,
that's a hell of a reevaluation.
$70 billion reevaluation.
Yeah, well, it's a reevaluation the same way that, like, if you watch the beginning of Star Wars: A New Hope, where like the Star Destroyer pulls in the Rebel blockade runner, and then like you see like the stormtroopers just flooding in. That's what Microsoft is the Star Destroyer, and they just pulled in Activision Blizzard, and now they are boarding with their stormtroopers, and Darth Vader is getting ready to make his grand appearance and just like literally pick up a dude with his own hands and choke him to death. And
so this is where we get to the thing of, this is the ideal world is Microsoft is, so basically people were wondering what is the fate of Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision, and a man who is implicated in a lot of the shit that has gone on in terms of the harassment and the basically the outright rape that fucking happened at Activision Blizzard. And people were worried that he was going to be kept on to serve as the CEO of the subsidiary. Credit to Microsoft, they got out before close of business yesterday. Oh no, as soon as this deal's done, he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Now,
like the end of the year.
With like a $375 million payday.
Yeah, which is small potatoes given the price tag they've paid. That being said, yeah, he gets a fucking golden ass parachute, which is frustrating considering the suffering he's allowed to go on under his watch.
I wish I could get a small potatoes.
Joke's on him. Gold is a terrible material to use in parachutes.
Oh, God.
Further, he still hasn't updated his LinkedIn. I'm just putting that out there.
I would really hate to have like a $375 million payout. Boy, that's small potatoes. I'd be really upset with that. Someone, you know what? I want one of these big billion-dollar corporations to insult me with a $375 million payday. I will give you my transfer information. You can insult me with $375 million directly into my bank account, and I will let you know just how angry I am. Please let some company do this to me.
I do want to point out one before we get deeper into fucking Bobby Kotick, a guy who was in the fucking Epstein flight logs. I just want to bring that shit up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're looking to get a strike on our channel now.
Just dig deeper, guys. Just dig deeper.
Honestly, with all the copyrighted music from Swan Song, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a strike already.
We're beneath people's notice.
Yeah, that won't happen until we actually can monetize the channel. Then they'll be like, "Oh, remember you did this thing? Yeah, that was like 30 years ago."
Okay,
we have to unstrike each individual video.
But guys, yeah, I mean, we have to be careful. We only have 970 subscribers to go before we can do that.
Oh, man.
Oh, we're up to 30? Hold on, wait, I gotta see this.
You know,
Wait, 30 people like hearing our bullshit?
No, we're at 21, okay? Tino.
979.
No, you said 970.
I am revising that number. I'm revising that number.
Well, geez, I was going to cover for your ass, but damn, you just threw yourself under the bus.
What? As one does.
I thought we had gained 9 subscribers, and I was all excited.
Oh,
well, we may. Well, we may. Who knows? But it's just this whole situation. Like, yeah, the entire landscape has now changed. Microsoft, I will say there is a credit to this. By acquiring all these studios, Microsoft now has a bunch of first-party titles. Like first time in a long time they've had this number of first parties.
I mean, what if they released recently? They have Halo, which they already had. There's Gears, like Gears 5 or whatever. Also
Psychonauts 2 is a game that was released on Xbox recently.
So the problem is these acquisitions just happened.
Yeah.
Like Bethesda was last year.
But they had to have been working on some shit before then.
Well, maybe, but that's the thing. Anything they were working on beforehand...
I know Bethesda takes 10 years to make a game that's broken anyway.
Well, so here's the thing. Yeah, even if they were working on stuff beforehand, that would be beholden to any licensing deals they had before, and they wouldn't be exclusives.
I wonder how many people were laid off when Bethesda was acquired.
That's a good question, and that's another thing that's going to happen here.
That was something that
layoffs always happen during an acquisition, almost every time, without exception.
That was something that I wanted to bring up because, having worked in the news industry, I had heard about what happens to smaller stations and smaller newspapers when they get bought up by one of the larger media companies, and usually what ends up happening is, the staff gets cut in half, if not more, and they're not able to cover local stuff as much, and so the quality of the newspaper goes down, and then eventually people stop reading it because they're not actually getting the information they want from it. And I feel for the people who are working at these game studios who, might suddenly have to update their resume and might not necessarily get to work on experimental stuff as much now.
So there's an interesting rub because Activision Blizzard was one of those big publishers that did that to other companies. And so a lot of the people working at studios under their purview didn't get to do an experimental shit anymore. They were too busy.
The turntables.
And so now they've been acquired. Sorry.
Can I stop everyone for a second? My recording just stopped randomly.
Oh.
Yeah, at like 18 seconds for some reason.
Okay.
Oh, so we don't have any of your...
Well, actually, I have the Discord audio, and that is still running. So I can, like, if you want to start your audio recording,
yeah, I
can splice it in.
Okay. Should I just start a brand new file?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna start a brand new file.
Yeah, that happened to me before as well.
Yeah, maybe it was when I was fucking with the microphone. I'm not really sure. But all right, I'm recording now, so we can continue. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's a problem. It's not a problem. Sorry that happened, man.
No, it is a problem, Steve. We are disappointed in you. You have brought shame to the first episode of season 2.
I'm sorry. I'll go commit Sudoku real quick.
Yes, you go play with your numbers.
2, 4,
please,
1, 6.
So in terms of awkward shit that is now as a result of this deal, one of the things that had happened in response to all of the abuse shit coming out about the Activision story is that a bunch of the employees at Activision Blizzard were like, hey, this is an unsafe working environment. Fuck you, we're forming a union. And they were in the middle of this push, and they were gaining support, and they were getting ready to do it. And then this happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves them in an awkward state of limbo. Because I mean,
technically, they could still make a union. They're still Activision Blizzard. But
now the company they had all the leverage over is not the one they would be negotiating with.
I mean, they still can. I mean, like we said earlier, the merger's not going to happen until next year.
So yeah, they have a deadline, which is interesting.
I mean, it's January. They have like a whole year to do it.
Yeah, but then what concessions are they going to fucking get?
I don't know. I mean, at the very least, they should get some kind of either financial compensation or get some people fired.
Well, that's the other interesting thing, and what people are speculating, aside from Bobby's getting a golden parachute because Bobby's the fucking CEO, and the board members will get paid off because they're the goddamn board members.
Yeah.
There is hope that Microsoft will clean house at upper management and be like, hey, all you liability lawsuits waiting to happen, bye. Or
well, that's going to happen anyway, because we know that Blizzard is going to take a huge cut from this.
Or what people are afraid of is that all those managers are kept on and all the people under them are cut.
Yeah, it's possible too.
So
I don't know. I mean, I hope Microsoft does the right thing. I don't know if they will. It's hard to say.
I can tell you that a company that large has enough money to not give a shit, but they also have enough money to be like, because we don't give a shit, we're fine letting our HR department run wild all over you.
Yeah, I mean, they have the money to, they have enough money to the point where they can do the right thing. There's companies that don't have that privilege,
Yeah, but who does? It's another question of if they will.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We don't know for sure. I mean, who's the head of Microsoft Game Studios now?
His name is Phil. Well, no, his name is
Phil Spencer, right?
Phil Spencer. Yeah. Fun story. He's the one who after the disastrous launch of the Xbox One. He's the one who built it up. Who after Don Mattingly left, is the one who, or Don Maddock left. He built the company. He built Xbox back up. He did all the brand repair. That is why XX is doing well right now. And he's also probably the one who conceived of these purchases to be like, hey, we need first party titles.
I think Microsoft really fucked up with the naming of the subsequent Xboxes. Like, I still don't know what's the current version. Is it Xbox Series
X is the one that takes Series X takes discs, Series S is all digital.
Right. But still, it's just really confusing. It's like the whole Wii U problem. They're like, what? It's Wii, but not Wii?
It's Wii for you.
The name stuff is what I'm learning.
Oh yeah, no, their naming convention is dumb as shit. Like at least Nintendo, like the Wii U was such a mistake, and that Nintendo acknowledged it and was like, we got to name each of these a new thing every time. Yeah. We can't do Super Nintendo ever again. It's got to be. We can't ever get away with that again. The new console's called the.
They don't follow the fucking Mario games. It's like Super Mario, new Super Mario.
Yeah.
Why do you just call it Wii U? New Wii U.
Yeah, and it costs them, but now they're back. It's like it cost them, and all the lessons they learned they put into the Switch, and now the Switch has outsold all the other consoles.
Yeah.
New 2DS XL.
Well, I mean, Switch was fucking genius in its design and its engineering. I mean, like, I can't even believe that they were capable of making something so versatile and innovative. You know.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. And the trade-off is that it's nowhere near as powerful as the other consoles.
But it doesn't have to be.
I mean, that's fair.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be.
When you look at how Nintendo does their business model, it's like, look, they've always had the only way I can describe it is like they've looked at what was like really cool about like their consoles and like what really sold well, and they always had the monopoly on the handheld market. And they probably looked at the gamepad that came with the Wii U, which is probably its only good feature. You know, everything about it was just really nice and intuitive and easy to use. And they were like, why don't we just make this the console? Like processors and every other part that we need is getting smaller and more powerful. So that's what they're doing now. And it's like, you could tell like people are clamoring for like, give us a Switch Pro edition. And they're like, nah, we don't gotta. It's like they know they have like a license to print money with the Switch, and they combined like their console release with their very popular handheld line, and it's like when most of their games come from first-party titles anyway, and they're not worried about third-party titles, they don't need the Switch to be a super powerful console. Like Nintendo figured out with the Wii that they could just drop. It's like Is the highway congested? We can't get to our destination as quickly as we'd like to. We're going to go off-roading. That's what we're going to do. We don't need to be the fastest car.
Exactly. It's this weird repeat. It's almost like this weird repeat of the 7th generation of consoles, where the 360 and the PS3 went head-to-head, and Sony fucked up the PS3 release, and 360 leaped on top of that and was taking off. And then the Wii just shows up out of nowhere and outsells all of them by a magnitude.
And honestly, like, the great thing about the Switch, in my opinion, is, like, and this is where I think that Nintendo, like, really finally got it. Like, they were, of course, like, handheld-oriented, like, for a while there. Like, their handhelds were, like, stronger than the Wii U. Let's just be real. The 3DS just seemed like it was a lot stronger than the Wii U in terms of, like, viability. The fact that they put the bigger and, like, they have gigantic games, like, big-ass games, like Breath of the Wild, on a portable system that can also be, you can also just, like, take it home and then play it on your big screen. And there's also, of course, like, little games like Animal Crossing. Like, the fact that they were able to do that is amazing. That's why I brought the Switch with me to work and hid it under my desk and played it when I should have been working.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Well,
okay, I'm going now.
Yeah, after you.
I think
politeness is rude.
Sorry. Well, I think Nintendo is a prime example of a company that just does what they feel is right. And they're not influenced by their customers. Like, let's be honest, Nintendo has never really cared about the opinion of their customers. They just do whatever they want to do. And they've always been like that. For the many, decades that they've been in business. I mean, I've even heard, even before the consoles, that when they were making Hanafuda cards and shit like that, they always did their own thing and they went their own way. And I think that's really the secret sauce for Nintendo. It's they know what they want, and they don't care if it obviously they want to make a profit, but there's been years where they had losses and they had to take pay cuts and stuff like that. Like Iwata did that. But they still felt like that was the right thing to do, no matter what. And I just I think Nintendo as a company is just insane, but also like frustrating, sort of. As a consumer of their products, because do you guys remember when they had like that like Smash Brothers tournament, or maybe it was the Splatoon tournament or something, and like the prize was like a $25 gift card for like to split between like the 5 people that were on the team.
Yeah, no, it's like
congratulations, y'all get $5.
Nintendo doesn't listen to their customers for better and worse.
Yeah.
Nintendo can be so frustrating. Like you guys know about. I presume everybody here knows about the Super Smash Brothers Melee incident.
Yeah,
exactly. It's just like, well, then make that game fucking available. Give it online capabilities.
Tino doesn't know what you're talking about, so, and I don't think our audience will as well. Can you explain that?
Did you want to explain it or?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, basically, there's a modded version of Super Smash Bros. Melee that also had like net play like ability. I don't know if they had a rollback to it or not. I don't think that's important.
They have.
They had a fucking rollback to Melee.
They did.
It's a more recent edition. They just did it.
Oh, okay.
This is Project M, right? I just want to make sure that I'm not talking to.
I don't know if it's called Project M anymore.
It's not Project M anymore. It's called something else. Yeah, it's called something else, but
regardless,
I can't remember.
There was like this online tournament, and Nintendo was just like, "Don't fuck with our IPs. This isn't happening anymore." And they're like, "But we're not. You haven't really?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, just don't fuck with Melee anymore. Like, don't modify Melee. Fuck you. This is IP infringement."
Yeah, it's super stupid because their online is terrible. It's always been terrible.
It is literal garbage.
It's so terrible.
Their online is so terrible.
5 frames a second.
Sorry, their online is so terrible that someone has developed a framework system for Smash Ultimate, so that they can get rollback netcode into Ultimate, proving that it is possible.
Yeah,
they just didn't fucking feel like it, or their culture doesn't support it because there's a lot of like I feel like online play isn't as prominent, or like it isn't as much of an issue in Japan as it is in the States.
Oh yeah, correct? No, this is a whole discussion about
it's a whole culture thing, like.
Yeah, about Japanese attitudes towards online play and how they can't conceive of a place where the internet varies from region to region.
But that's changed over
Kentucky
the years.
Isn't gonna win against me.
Online PC gaming is pretty prevalent in Japan now.
Yes, and one of the things that forced a lot of fighting game developers to change was the pandemic. It forced them to take a second look at rollback, and now it's showing up in a lot of games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just insulting that you have to pay $20 a year for that garbage internet service that they have.
Yeah.
They don't even have... You have to download an app on your phone to use voice chat. Why? What is the point of that?
And the most frustrating part is you don't even have to do that anymore, because then it's like, oh yeah, no, it's always had Bluetooth. And they just flipped a Switch, and now the freaking Switch supports Bluetooth.
Yeah, like, what?
Dude, did you know that the N64 emulation for when you get like the expanded version of their online thing, the N64 emulation is so bad. There's so much input delay. It is so bad.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. Like it's Ocarina. It's like the worst Ocarina of Time version that they've ever put out.
Yeah,
in the history of ports.
And it's
so what is this Ocarina of Time for Switch?
Yeah, it's the Ocarina Online.
It's a really shitty port of the N64 version, and the in-console emulator is trash.
Which you have to pay an extra $10 a year for, by the way.
Oh gosh! It looks like Ocarina of Time, but it plays like Near Gestalt.
Yes. Original Near Gestalt. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Shots fired.
And it also gives you the same sense of dread as Near Gestalt does. So.
Yeah. Although, hey, if you want to play that game, there's now a fucking remake out there.
Hey, can somebody please remake that?
I thought the existential dread of Zelda was Majora's Mask, but
it is. But that's another story for another day.
The sages in Ocarina of Time are all dead. Please continue.
Okay. You know what I think is stupid? Right. Why is Breath of the Wild 2 just called Breath of the Wild 2?
They
still don't have a title for it though.
Yeah, they haven't revealed the better name yet that hopefully they have come up with.
It's I didn't even want
it. I didn't even want it.
Breath of the Wild: The Search for More Money.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild
made a different game.
Breath of the Wild 2: Electric Boogaloo.
That's the thing.
Did we really have to do the Majora's Mask? like 20 years later?
Here's the thing. I think it is going to be a completely different game just running on that Breath of the Wild skeleton. We'll see.
It doesn't even look like it's much different. They add, like, you can go through the floor, like, as a puddle. Like, I don't get, like, why they're doing this.
It looks like they have two other planes
they Super Mario 64'd it? What?
Mario Galaxy did, kind of.
A bit.
I think they're trying to basically make it The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Gold Silver, where you can technically go back to your old region, which is the overworld, but there's also, like, 2 other places to explore.
Yeah, but I just imagine that game is going to be the exact same with maybe a new few animations, but you're still collecting all the Korok seeds and shit like that.
You can't spend all the Korok seeds, just so you know.
Yeah, I know that. They just threw them all in for.
So Steve, I disagree with you because I don't think Nintendo is the kind of company to do that.
What do you mean?
I don't think they're the type of person to just make the entire same game again.
Yeah, but they did do that with Majora's Mask.
Except Majora's
Mask enough though.
Yeah, but Majora's Mask is completely remixed.
The story is different. I get the story is different.
Okay, but the map is different.
And you have a timer, but it's still the same engine.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the same engine, but they completely redid all the parts of it.
Like same engine, same assets, but like it's actually an improved game.
You mean that there's a beach and a volcano? Like, I don't know what you mean.
Like the story's not the same, none of the characters are the same, they've changed up some of the animations, they tightened up things otherwise. It's basically a completely different game that just uses the same skeleton framework.
I feel like like you got hurt by Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I did. Oh, I absolutely
okay, I figured that's where the burn came from.
I 100% got hurt by Galaxy 1 and 2.
Watch Breath of the Wild's name change, and Breath of the Wild 2's name change, and Steve's all in again.
Yeah.
Listen, I like Breath of the Wild. I mean, I liked it a lot. I'm just mad that I really just think they should have made a different game. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, it's going to be a different game. It only looks similar as a marketing gimmick, honestly.
I just want Wind Waker to come back. Can we have Wind Waker again?
You did get Wind Waker again on the Wii U in HD.
They actually fixed the oceans.
No, not that. I mean, something similar. You know
what? I think what Steve needs to do right now, if you want a Wind Waker experience, Steve, just go down the shore, rent a boat, drive out 50 miles into the ocean, have an adventure. You'll enjoy yourself.
Eventually, if you stay out in the ocean long enough, a fish will talk to you.
You know what I'll do? I'll just continuously put my sail up and take my sail down. That's so I can go faster.
Just bring like a
speedrun strat.
Well, bring like a little. Is that what they do?
Dude,
they constantly take the sail out and then they put it away and they take it out and it makes you go faster.
Yeah,
just bring out like a little baton and just like wave it whenever the wind isn't going in your direction that you want it to.
What I think is really funny though is they fixed that glitch in the HD version, but in order to counteract that, they put a super sail in it, which is faster. Like what?
Okay. So hey kids, you can't do this game breaking shit anymore. But we admit we fucked up. Here's a turbo engine.
Also, we apologize for the Triforce charts.
And you have to win an auction for it too, right?
Yeah, in-game.
It's in the auction house, right?
Yeah, it's an in-game auction.
Oh, an in-game. Okay, I was about to say I thought NFTs were stupid, and now we're doing this.
Clearly, you haven't played any gacha games, that's a good move.
NFTs are just about as stupid as what you just described.
I mean, not if they are the the big mommy milker anime titty ones. That's gonna be
those NFTs are.
No, that's even worse.
Those NFTs are still stupid because they're NFTs.
You can buy them from the Trust Wallet app that's on the iTunes store and the Google Play store.
Well, NFTs ruin the big mommy milkers.
Did you guys hear?
Look at me! I spent $500 on a URL.
Oh God, the stupid crypto bros who thought that they were getting the IP to Dune and all they ended up doing is spending $2
what? They bought an original copy of Dune, but it wasn't like the Dune book. It was like
it's
the making of Dune.
No, it's
or something like that.
It's called Jodorowsky's Dune. It's a book about it's a book of the concept art because there was this director they were trying to get to make a Dune movie and he never did.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but I have $35 million in Bitcoin on this USB drive. I'm ready to retire.
That's the USB I gave you this weekend.
Yes, I found out the secret.
I have it too.
Yeah. Tino made us all crypto millionaires.
I have $35 billion of fucking Bitcoin on this too.
Mine's in the other room.
Man, the literature club never gave me any money. Why do they like you so much?
Because we didn't torture them by putting them in an original game.
Yeah, because you weren't willing to help Monica in her goddamn crypto farm.
That is the true evil, Monica.
You plugged them into your computers and they were like, oh, thank God we're free.
Doki Doki literature non-fungible tokens.
I have this idea of Dan Salvato rising behind Will like a fucking Dark Souls invader with a knife as those words leave your mouth just to immediately stab you.
I'd be on board with that.
Oh no. Oh,
good lord.
What
were we talking about again?
We're talking about how the video game industry's fucked.
We were talking about how Microsoft now can make their big crossover Age of Empires and StarCraft video game.
There is one thing there is one last piece I want to bring up with this, which is
you must construct additional houses.
No, you must dodge the SEC investigation that is surely to ensue.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these mergers and acquisitions are not running afoul of antitrust laws.
So the deal is that they literally just announced it, which means that there's been no public information, including the legal filings that would trigger those lawsuits. Or not lawsuits, or those investigations. So I have to imagine some SEC regulator woke up yesterday morning. They're tired. Maybe they got today as a work from home day. Maybe they're on the fucking transit. Maybe they're driving in. And they come in and they take a morning sip of their coffee and they look down at their phone. And now they need a new phone.
Damn.
Because those announcements mean that your ass works through the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh well. Video games, am I right, guys?
At
least Elden Ring's coming out next month. That'll be fun.
And I have a PS5 now, thanks to my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend.
All right.
Oh, you have a girlfriend?
Wait,
yeah.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I know. She's this crazy lady who's living in my bedroom right now.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Like willingly, or?
Well, I'm just going to put this out there right now. I'm the crazy lady who lives in your bedroom who's been recording off of the laptop microphone and not my actual microphone, so sorry, Tino.
None of us are getting this right. I'm not using my normal equipment either. We're all just screwing up this week.
I paused the recording to see if I could switch it, and it wouldn't, so I typed back in when I started re-recording. Sorry, Tino. Don't kill me, Tino.
This isn't gonna be done for like 2 weeks.
So sorry.
Everything we're talking about is gonna be out of date.
So what? Evergreen content, baby.
No.
Will, are you okay? Are you okay, Will? You look grim.
No, it's just I'm starting to realize that like after I said it, you know what? There is a possibility of now like, hey, it's the new Warcraft RTS released by Microsoft. Here the Night Elves are going to be fighting the Poles from Age of Empires 2 in a death match. Oh, the Obu are coming in and they're wrecking the orc encampment. Oh no.
You know what? You know what I want to talk about, and we don't have to go too far into it because some people might want to watch it. I watched the new anime movie Belle on Monday.
I do not know. I have not heard a thing about this.
I have also not heard about this.
Is it good?
It's basically Beauty and the Beast in VR chat. That's the movie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
so this is
serious?
going to the top of the watch list.
Oh yeah,
No,
it's
from
from
chats like
list.
Gaston,
It's from
VR
the same-
tubes like Gaston.
it's from the people that made Summer Wars.
Oh, it's
All right.
Oh, it's a Hosada joint.
Yes, it is. So yeah, so like the art is it's different. I mean, at least in the VR chat world, it's different. But yeah, Flora and I saw it in theaters on Monday afternoon, and oh boy, it's bad. It's like really bad. It's offensively bad.
How
Okay.
bad?
That's the next one we do the react watch to.
Yeah,
no,
so I won't get into too much spoilers, but like I said, it is very heavily based on like the Beauty and the Beast storyline. Like, you know, the girl, you know, meets the Beast and finds his inner beauty, and then you know, finds her own inner beauty within herself.
She should have found the inner beast within herself.
Well, I mean that. No. But yeah, like the story is like. The characters are very weird in terms of like their motivations for what they do in the plot, and like there's a lot of plot holes, and they don't ever explain how the VR chat program works, but somehow like 5 billion people are in it. Yeah, like I guess the whole world plays this VR chat thing.
Is it the
And then, like,
metaverse?
huh?
Is it the metaverse?
It is kind of like the metaverse.
But the metaverse is a half-baked idea that was better when it was VR chat.
The way that it's explained to the audience is, there's an app that you can get on your phone. It's called U. It's just the letter U. So you create an account, and it makes like an avatar based off like your image. It like takes like your biometric signatures.
Oh, so this is almost SAO.
Yeah, kind of, but it's not like you're stuck in it. Like you could leave whenever you want, I guess. Even though
That's what the shareholders
a lot of people
want you to
choose not
think.
to. Like people just like sit in this VR chat like forever, like all the time. And so the main character like joins, and she's like, "Oh, I have a voice now." Like she used to like sing all the time, but something happened in her life, and she like couldn't sing anymore. But then like when she joined this VR chat, she suddenly can sing again. And she like sings, and then she goes viral, and she gets all these followers and shit. And she's like this big thing. And then like the Beast shows up, and then like the Beauty and the Beast storyline happens, and then there's some other stuff that happens that I don't really want to get into. But yeah, it's just like really poorly told, and like the characters are confusing, and I don't know. Flora and I walked out of the theater, we're like, man, that was a bad movie.
So we'll have to watch and come back to this one. I will say that that you described a musical element to this, and I'm immediately disappointed this is not a Phantom of the Opera retelling.
Well, you don't have to go to the movie theater to see it. It's like online. You can download
Oh,
it.
no, we are not going to a movie theater to see this. A bad movie deserves a level of alcohol that you can't get legally in a theater.
Yeah, true. Or at least, you know, just bringing it with you, you know, in the coat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about that real quick, because like that was really bothering me like the whole week. I'm like, god damn, like what's wrong with anime?
So many
Anime
things.
was-
How long do we want this discussion to go? Because, I mean, we could answer that question.
So
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? You know what was especially funny is Flora is very forgiving of a lot of things. So, like, she can
Clearly.
find, like, the goodness in most animes that she watches. She'll be like, I mean, it was a little boring, but I like this, this, and this. She came out and she was like, yeah, that was bad. I'm like, wow.
wow,
Even
you
Flora
can't
didn't like it. Yeah, you done screwed
no
up.
silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, like, there were a lot of songs in it, by the way. Like,
What?
the soundtrack was pretty extensive. So there's that at least. And we watched it subbed, you know, obviously. But there is a dub version. But we didn't, I'm not going to check that out. It's probably dumb.
Yeah, you're not that plebeian.
Also, the subtitles were kind of weird sometimes. Like, there was a point where, like, this guy, that like the love interest is like, oh, well, now that that's all done and over with, then now we can hang out. That's what the subtitle said. But in Japanese, he said, oh, well, now that's over with. Now we can start dating. And I'm like, that's very different.
Oh, they were.
Did they hire a fan sub to do the theatrical subtitles?
I'm not sure. I mean, the subs were fine. The subs for the songs were super wrong. I don't know what went wrong there. It could have been maybe they were dubbed in the dub.
Yeah, no, they were dub titles, and basically it's the half-ass way of doing that. He says "hang out" because it matches the lip flaps. And they just took that script and put it over the sub.
Well, no. I mean, the subtitles in terms of the dialogue was mostly fine, but there were just like some weird interpretations sometimes where like it was the meaning was lost. You know what I mean? But like the subtitles for the songs were very, very wrong. And I thought maybe they were just taking the English dub of the songs and just putting like closed caption subtitles, I guess. I don't know. It was weird.
Man, bad movies are forever.
Yeah, I watched a bad movie at work today. It was like really bad.
What was it? Welcome to Raccoon City.
It was called Survivor with Pierce Brosnan and Mila Jovovich.
Oh God!
I think I saw that one.
Quite a combo.
Okay, that's a whole separate podcast, and we've been on this thing for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not talk about Mia Jovovich again.
Oh, are you still mad about Alice?
Look,
he will be
it
mad
wasn't
forever.
no Welcome to Raccoon City, I'll tell you that.
Hey, don't you want an Alice NFT, Will?
What?
What am I? What now?
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No.
You want an Alice NFT, Will?
No. All right. You know what?
You're the one who brought up the NFTs, Will.
I'm gonna look. I brought up the fact that they're, now. Here's the thing about NFTs.
Here we go.
Years ago, when Bitcoin was like the only thing on the market, I remember seeing things about that, and it's like, all right, Bitcoin's a thing. I don't know anything about this. And then like a few years ago, when it really started blowing up, and like people are like, oh yeah, one Bitcoin's worth like $10,000 or whatever the hell. Like I remember everyone being like the meme was like, why didn't I invest in Bitcoin? It's like, well, because it was because
we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it was like a thing.
It was weird.
It was a thing on the internet. Someone in like 2008 or 2009 when Bitcoin first came out, they spent like there was something where it was like someone said like, oh, I'll send you 20,000 Bitcoin if you buy me a pizza. And they did that, and then, apparently that guy was on Reddit talking about, like, I made the worst trade deal of my life. But it's like...
That really was the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
It was like it's just a FOMO thing. I mean, when, like, Minecraft came out, and, like, everyone's like, the hell's Minecraft? And, like, I bought it for, like, $5 for, like, the beta, and now it's, like, the biggest fucking video game ever for, among ages 3 to 12.
Yeah. I mean, look. As far as I am concerned, when it comes to NFTs or whatever, like when Bitcoin came out, I was like, all right, that was a thing. Then Dogecoin came out, and it's like, all right, that's kind of nifty. And
I
now, like,
capitalized on Dogecoin. It was a complete fucking accident.
Yep. I mean, but here's the thing. Now everyone's making their own, like...
Oh yeah,
Bitcoin.
now market's saturated with cryptocurrency,
and it's just like, all right,
NFTs are a scam. Can we just?
Yeah, they are. NFTs are literally just art laundering without any of the effort that art laundering used to require.
Yeah, I mean,
you remember how you can right-click on a JPEG and save it?
Cool kids, right-click on NFTs.
Yeah, cool. Hey, cool kid. I want a shirt that says "Cool Kids Right Click."
And
that'd be a sweet T-shirt.
Tino, get that made. We all need to have matching "Cool Kids Right Click" shirts.
And here's a hint: if it doesn't let you, Windows print screen.
or what is it? F12 or F11, and go to the source code.
Or if you get really desperate.
Copy-paste.
Or if you get really desperate.
Oh man!
Remember,
that's a way of doing it.
Oh man!
I had someone do that to me the other day.
What?
They're like, "Oh, I have this. I have this. No, at work, I had this person was like, I had this error, and I'm like, okay, can you screenshot it and send it to me? And they took a picture with their phone and then sent it to their email and then sent it to me via email. And they're like,
That's not a screenshot.
You really should retire. You're not
yeah.
adding any value to the workforce here.
Yeah.
Damn. So remember, kids, the promise of the blockchain has been ruined many, many times over, thanks to the greed of men.
What,
greed of humanity.
You're not looking forward to the Edward Snowden Bitcoin?
What?
I just felt my soul leave my body a little bit.
Wait a second. Didn't Julian Assange get extradited to the U.S.?
Yep.
How long ago was that? Like last month?
No, that was like a few months ago.
Oh, I gotta
Really?
look this up
Okay.
now.
How the heck did we miss that?
Yeah, well, because we were trying to get Steve into the holiday spirit, so we had a holiday special, and we
I looked it up because I was watching like a different Edward Snowden movie thing about his whole WikiLeaks thing or whatever. Not the Julian Assange thing. How you know the thing. But yeah, I saw that Julian was extradited. I'm like, holy shit, dude, that guy is gonna die.
no, because
Like,
because apparently
immediately.
no, like what is it? Mexico has now offered political asylum to Julian Assange.
Yeah, if he can get there.
If he can escape, he's in prison.
Yeah, he's in prison in the U.S. Like he has to.
Oh,
like,
he is?
he is.
Look, El Chapo escaped.
He has to get like his nail file out and stuff and start chipping away at those bars.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
Like
He needs to
Andy
get like a
Duf-
poster of Hedy Lamarr and put it.
Yeah,
on
no,
his
I was about to
wall.
say he's got to make it like Andy Dufresne.
Yeah.
He's gotta have that.
He's got to watch Shawshank Redemption. Start going through those pipes, baby.
Nah, Shawshank Redemption is like, that's scrub tier. He needs to go pro tier and do what they did at like the beginning of Caged Fury, where like the woman just crawls out behind the poster of all those oily, muscle-bound men, and then the guard walks by, notices she's gone, and then like slits the throat of another guard because he was drinking coffee instead of guarding her.
Or like do the whole do like the one flew over the cuckoo's nest and just steal a bus.
Yes.
Why don't we just go
Like
full Harry
we're
Potter?
going fishing, boys.
Let's just go full Harry Potter and just have the Dark Lord break you out of fucking prison and fly away on a Dementor or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
You know what? That's one thing I'm gonna end this on. A little Harry Potter thing, because I know Natalie likes that. But before that, real quick. So, remember I told you guys a story about like how when Natalie and I were watching Casino Royale, like while we were watching it, I went on Amazon and I bought a poker set.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how, but somehow it got gouged.
Wow.
And it was laying face down in my room. I'm like, what the hell happened to this thing?
Well, time to buy another one.
Yeah. I'm going to give this one away.
This one's no good anymore.
Yeah. Whoever, to all of like the 3 people who watch these podcasts, if you want to win this poker set, comment what your favorite thing about our podcast is from the first season, and the best answer will win. Anyway, I want to go off on a bit of a different direction because I'm sick of talking about how Microsoft spent $70 billion in NFTs to acquire Activision Blizzard to help them cover up the Cosby Suite. I think it's time. I want to bring something up because Natalie and I, over the past year, we've been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks. Me for the first time, her for like whatever time it is for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like, we've all read or at least been exposed to Harry Potter in some form.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed something that comes up often in the Harry Potter fan community that doesn't make any sense. And it's everyone saying that Voldemort is more powerful than Grindelwald, and I call bullshit big time on this one. I don't know how they expect me to believe that, because when you compare the stats of both wizards, it's like, how could Voldemort be considered more powerful? It's like, all right, let's just break it down real fast.
Who's the second guy?
You got 5 minutes to break this
Who's
down.
Grindelwald?
Grindelwald is
about?
like he's like basically like the big dark wizard from like the World War II era of Harry Potter.
Grindelwald's
Are you talking about the Fantastic Beasts stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kinda. He
But
also
was
appears.
Okay,
mentioned
that's
in the
why I
main
didn't know.
series.
Yeah, he's
So-
also in book 7.
Well, no,
Okay.
he's mentioned in book
Yeah.
7.
He's mentioned in book 7,
He's
yeah.
basically Wizard Hitler.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I get where Will's coming from, because that's Wizard Hitler, and Voldemort's basically a wizard neo-Nazi.
Not even that. It's like, look, here's the thing. For everyone saying Voldemort's more powerful, first off, I'm just gonna start with the obvious. Grindelwald has some fashion to him. He's got like a nice undercut. Like, he dresses real dapper. Voldemort has, like, no nose and dresses in his bathrobe like I do to come to the podcast. Voldemort got the Elder Wand and didn't know how to use it, which is, like, in order to use the Elder Wand to its full potential, you have to kill its previous owner. Grindelwald figured out how to get the Elder Wand and use it to its full potential without killing its previous owner. Voldemort made 7 Horcruxes and still died at the age of, like, 35. Grindelwald lived to the ripe old age of like 120-something. Voldemort was pissed scared of Dumbledore and couldn't get a job teaching at Hogwarts, even though he graduated. Grindelwald got expelled from his school because he was performing experiments that were like high-level magic, and he managed to find a way to neutralize Dumbledore for like 7 years so he could run amok. Voldemort's most powerful spell is Avada Kedavra, which is the Killing Curse. Which got stopped by Harry using a disarming curse and locking his wand with it. Grindelwald, we don't even know what his most powerful spell is. We just know that at one point he summons like this blue fire that literally kills like 36 mages from the Ministry of Magic, and it takes an immortal alchemist chanting another ancient spell to stop it. Like, he almost destroyed all of France in one night.
Okay, so here's the thing. Voldemort's a fucking mid-boss, and Grindelwald's a final boss. And anyone who says that this guy's more powerful is full of shit.
Yeah, because it's like, if you look at anything else, it's like, I don't get what they're saying makes Voldemort more powerful. He's just not.
It doesn't make sense. It's fucking fandom, man. If you keep trying to figure it out, you'll have a headache for the rest of the time.
Like, on top of that, like, look, Voldemort got killed by a fucking teenager. Grindelwald only got bested by Dumbledore. Like, after, like, a 3-day-long fight or something like that.
Then again, Dumbledore couldn't beat Voldemort, so...
Well, no, Dumbledore didn't even fight Voldemort, though.
Yeah, he never fought him.
Yeah, but... Well, no, he fought Voldemort. He fought Voldemort once, in the middle, I think, of Gringotts.
No, it was the Ministry of Magic, and
and
Voldemort turned tail and ran.
Yeah.
This sounds like
off.
This sounds like a Sauron versus Morgoth type of situation.
It actually quite literally is. Mm. It's literally like I said. There's Hitler, and then there's a neo-Nazi inspired by Hitler.
Yeah, Grindelwald.
Literature is all the same. Who would have thought?
Grindelwald almost took over the world. Voldemort couldn't conquer a high school. There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was just J.K. Rowling being too busy with hating the trans people.
Yeah.
Well,
oh boy, that is once again an entire different podcast.
Gee, how many things are we saying?
I'm gonna get us demonetized.
I mean, look, we've really gone down a bunch of different avenues this night, haven't we?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we've had a lot of topics. It's gonna be hard to like break them up, Tino. You know how you put them in chapters?
Yeah.
It's going to be like, okay, we got to come back to this.
I'm going to have one chapter. It's going to have one chapter that says, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
JK.
Steve's on his rants again.
JK rallying in the anti-trans NFTs.
Oh, God. No. Oh, man. It's a man and a woman.
Harry Potter.
And
brought to you by Microsoft.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
That's the new franchise.
Yeah, Shitting Wizards brought for you by Microsoft, because that is a thing that actually fucking is apparently canon.
Harry Potter and the Adventures of Getting Gringotts to monetize Bitcoin.
Weren't they making a Harry Potter MMO at some
point?
No, they were making
a game.
Yeah,
they tried to make.
I thought Pottermore was going to be a game, but they're like, no, it's just a website. You can pick your house or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
that franchise. That franchise has seen better days for many goddamn reasons.
Oh yeah.
There's that new movie coming out, right? The new Fantastic Beasts movie.
Oh yeah, The Secrets of Dumbledore. Wow, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I just feel like it's like a Marvel franchise now.
Well, that's the thing is that
a cursed child movie.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. At least Marvel has like different properties to call on. Like, you know what? You can mine the history of Marvel and find at least something different. Harry Potter's the same thing again and again.
You know what's weird though?
you're not wrong.
When I watched the first Fantastic Beasts movie, I didn't know anything about it. So when I watched it, I'm like, wait, this is a Harry Potter movie? What is happening?
And that's a novelty that I think was only worth 2 movies. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's worth 3.
I don't know. I mean, the third movie looks fine, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm fine with not revisiting that world over again.
I'm content to let Harry Potter die and it to be reborn when the nostalgia cycle dictates its time.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever. When are we getting Lord of the Rings 2? The search for more gold.
Luckily the Tolkien estate still has their heads screwed on straight, so the answer is never.
Nah, dude,
we're just getting the Amazon prequel series called The Rings of Power.
But I miss Frodo.
I'm not hearing good things about it. So honestly,
yeah.
Oh, aren't we getting the Game of Thrones prequel too?
Yes.
We did.
God.
I thought it started.
Oh, it came out.
We did already.
I thought it started. House of the Dragon. I thought it started already.
I thought that was until next month.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Winds of Winter. We'll get that after he's dead.
You know what you're gonna get? You know what you're gonna get before Winds of Winter? Elden Ring.
Yeah, true. That's the real spirit. That's the real Winds of Winter.
That's the reason for the season.
It's gonna be like the Silmarillion and the Children of Húrin. It's gonna have to be posthumously published by someone related to him.
Well, I think they said that his sister is gonna be in charge of it after he dies, and she's like, I'm just gonna burn everything. Like, there's no point.
And I think he asked her to say that. I think
maybe.
That does sound like something he'd do.
I think Martin's entire shtick is, if I go, it goes with me.
Yeah, I think Martin is just mad that HBO finished his story for him and didn't do a good job, or maybe he was the one who didn't do the good job.
Yeah.
That's what happens when the anime gets ahead of the manga.
Well, that's the thing.
That's how you get the Bounto arc from Bleach.
Yeah, we need Game of Thrones Brotherhood.
I'm surprised.
No, we
Game of Thrones Brotherhood would be like 5 episodes long.
There we go.
See,
Steve, you brought up the Bounto arc from Bleach, and now I have to bleach my insides.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to do that, but it was the perfect example.
Are we gonna get 200 filler episodes of like the next like Game of Thrones thing, and then it'll go to
Naruto? They were really dragging their feet on that one.
Yeah, then we'll go to
any more Naruto coming out?
Yeah.
In this episode of Game of Thrones,
have these
one
200
character
episodes
speaks one line, and then the rest of it is flashback.
It's like
49 episodes are exactly
that. It's like
Inuyasha,
where it gets a 5-minute intro, one character says one line, and then immediately cues the outro music.
Flora told me she watched all of the filler arc for Naruto. I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
You had to know about the tea country, apparently?
Well, it's important to know that there's a certain insect that can, find Sasuke based on his smell, and then Naruto farts on the insect.
And on that note, I think we should call it, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk about Game of Thrones. I want to talk about Game of Thrones Shippuden.
Fuck off.
I'm gonna go watch a YouTube
It's called
I'm gonna go watch a YouTube video about how Kingdom Hearts is a terrible franchise.
Are you? And don't lie to me, or I'll know.
We need to.
By the way, I want to give a big shout out. By the way, thank you very much to Microsoft for buying Activision Blizzard and completely hijacking this podcast. Because otherwise, it would have been these 4 assholes trying to cancel me for me saying 10 years ago that Kingdom Hearts was a good game series.
That was a close one.
I narrowly avoided cancellation.
Well. Wait, do we not have any questions this week?
I don't know. Do you?
No, I'm asking you.
Not this week. It's a new season.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was saving something.
Oh, man.
I think our viewers are all out of questions at this point. I think they just know we're fucked.
Are we? Hold on.
At this point, everyone's just hoping it stops.
Yeah.
I should start asking Flora.
I have one from Natalie. I have one from Natalie.
Okay.
Oh, no. All right. It says, Sweetie, when you record your new episode of the podcast tonight, are you going to pretend you have questions again, or are you just going to actually talk about the topics?
And the answer to that question is fuck Bobby Kotick, and I hope you burn in hell.
I mean, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
We're really like focusing on that with a fine-tooth comb, aren't we?
Indeed.
I mean, he's a despicable man who's about to profit.
I mean,
that's just how.
Day ending in Y.
He also looks like, Beetlejuice with more hair.
Yeah, kind of.
And on that note, America, we love you. Good night. See you next time.
We don't love you.
Sorry.
No, you don't speak for all of us.
Yeah, no, I really don't think that. Dude, why would you do that?
Okay, bye everybody.